Hello, 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 Savvy community. Happy Tuesday. We go live at the Virtual Savvy every Tuesday, and I am super honored to be stepping into Abby's place today as she is out of town attending a conference. And today we are going to talk about self-care for you as an entrepreneur and what that looks like and why it's important. And let's get nitty-gritty into specific details and practices so that you can walk away with some action items. So as you are jumping on today, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. I love to see people all across the world join us for our Tuesdays live. Also, just make sure that you can hear and see me okay. If you want to, give StreamYard permission so that I can see your face and your name and know who's joining with me. I see people jumping on. Hey, Jackie. I see my team in the comments. Super, super excited to be with you today. So let me know where you're from, and we will get started today. And as you're jumping on and letting me know, let me give you just a real quick introduction if we've not met yet. Hello, my name is Rachel Dorsey. I am the Senior Director of Product here at the Virtual Savvy. That's just a fancy way of saying that I lead all of our product directors and our specialists in supporting our students and our members inside of the different products that we have here at the Virtual Savvy. I myself have gone through the products at the Virtual Savvy, and I just absolutely love being in the trenches, in the nitty-gritty with some of our students. If you're a student or a member joining me today from one of our products, let me know. Give me a shout out in the comments too as well. Awesome. Super, super excited to have many of you today. And as you jump on, give me a shout out, say, hey. But let's get started, shall we? So today's topic is all about self-care. Now, my style is big on participation with these lives. And I'm the same way inside of our products when I'm able to go live and do coaching calls and things like that. You can get the most out of these live trainings if you participate. Okay, whether it's you telling me hello, whether it's you telling me where you're from, or it's whether you're answering my questions. Grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, write things down, write thoughts down as we're talking. And I challenge you to even answer in the comments. I'm going to ask lots of questions, and it really helps the feedback so I can hear from you. Let me know that you're with me, that you're tracking, and what's helpful for you as well. So if you're game to participate with me today, let me know. I'm game. I'm here in the comments, and we will get started. Hey, Dawn from Florida. Floyan, I hope that I said your beautiful name correctly, from the south of France. We have Montreal represented here. Hey, Casey from Texas. Awesome. All right, Maria's game. Who else? Who else is game with me? Let's jump in and talk about it. And I challenge you to participate however that looks like for you today. All right, now here's my first question for y'all. When we talk about self-care, who is the focus of self-care? When we talk about self-care, who is the focus of self-care? Now, I'm by myself today, so y'all got to talk back to me. Let me know. Hey, from Kenya, from California, from Virginia. Who is the focus of self-care when we're talking about it? And there is only one right answer. Let me wait. Oh, there we go. Here comes comments. Okay, awesome. You, yourself, me, you are the focus of self-care. And I know this is probably going to go against every moral, ethical, vain thought that you may have in yourself. But self-care is purposefully selfish. It's okay to be selfish when you are taking care of yourself, because just like Hazel and Casey and Sheila and Patty said, self-care is all about you, yourself. And sometimes it's important that we step away from some of our other servant roles, other caring roles, right? And take care of ourselves. We spend so much time, no matter what phase of life we're in, what our connections are, what our responsibilities are, we take a lot of time to serve others, our clients, our families, spouses, partners, children's, pets. Okay. Maybe it's taking care of things in our community, right? Like at our children's school or at our church or any other community connections that we have. We are real fast, right, to lend a helping hand and support others. But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, why do we have such hesitation, right? That's not a bad thing. It's a vital thing to take care of yourself, your health, your well-being, your emotional health, your spiritual health, all of those things. It's vitally important so that you can show up for your family, for your community, for your friends, all of those things, right? It's so important that we take care of ourselves. Now, what does self-care even look like, right? Like, what does that mean? It could be a buzzword in a sense, right? But what does it actually mean to take care of ourselves? Now, again, participation is key. So start thinking, what are ways that you can take care of yourself? Think in the most simplest of ways, think in big, extravagant ways, right? Like dream a little, but think practical as well. Tell me in the comments, what are some ways that you can take care of yourself? And this is where it gets to be fun, right? You get to make the choices on what it looks like to take care of yourself. What is that special time, that special energy, right? That intentionality? What does that look like for you? You can spoil yourself, Dawn says, 100%. Jackie says, taking a break without guilt. That's golden. And the key, and what's really key about what Jackie says, I'm going to put it up on here so you can all see, is without guilt. So important part of that. Having a positive mindset, taking time off, right? Spa day, vacation, unplug, go to a movie, bubble bath, work out. I love all these options. Okay. Sometimes they're going to be a little extravagant, right? There's going to be an investment behind taking care of yourself. Sometimes it's going to be an investment in money. I love what Jennifer says. Jennifer says sleep, right? There's some investment. It's not like she's going to pay, although sometimes it may not be a bad idea. Not like she's going to pay to go somewhere to take a nap or to sleep. Okay. But it's just being intentional with making sure that you're getting rest at the end of the day. Or maybe you just need a brain break and you need to take rest in the middle of the day. You're investing in yourself. Sometimes it's going to take a money investment, spa days, vacation, special treat, venti coffee, not the tall, right? Like sometimes it's going to take a little bit of that investment with money. Sometimes it's an investment in time. Martha says, quiet time. Absolutely. Sometimes you're just being intentional and investing time in yourself to sit down and be quiet. I love what Hazel says. This is so good. Setting boundaries so that you can take care of yourself without guilt. The key to that, in addition to without guilt, is setting the boundaries. And that's actually something that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Oh, Marissa, I love this idea. Yes. This was on my list. I invest in a paid meal prep service for the weeks when I solo parent. That's an investment. It's an intentional investment, and it's taking care of yourself, right? So that you don't have the headache or the frustration, and it gives you a little bit of a break when you don't have that support with you and you're solo parenting. I love that. Patty, yeah, absolutely. Going to your favorite store all alone. Seriously, I actually did this past Friday. So here at TVS, we have a 4-day work week. Hoorah. Absolutely love it. Okay. We work Monday through Thursday, and we intentionally have Friday off. So that not only are we representing how you can build your own freedom life through what we teach here at Virtual Savvy, but we also practice it, right? So on Friday, I had some space. I didn't have anything planned. I didn't have any appointments that I had to go to. And I went thrifting. Y'all, I have 3 kids, and going to a thrift store to browse, because you have to, right? Like if you're going to find the treasures at a thrift store, you got to dig, you got to spend some time, and it's not always easy with 3 kids. So I went to the thrift store, I got a coffee on my way there, and I browsed the heck out of the thrift store, and I had a blast. And it was so much fun. It was something that I wanted to do, right? Investing in myself, being a little selfish to rejuvenate that energy, right? Who's with me? Are you a thrifter, right? Or are you thinking of some ways that you can self-care? Playing your favorite video game? Absolutely. Getting your favorite coffee from your favorite coffee shop? Absolutely. These are all great ways. Here's some other things that I put on my list. I have my notes here next to me. Reading a book, taking some time away. And maybe it's stepping out of your normal work environment and investing in yourself. Maybe it's reading an encouraging book. Maybe it's reading a development book. Maybe it's listening to a podcast. Whatever those different things could be. Okay. Investing in yourself, taking care of yourself, developing yourself. Stepping away. I kind of mentioned that. Like intentionally walking away from your normal workspace, maybe taking a walk, going outside, getting some fresh air. Maybe it's getting a special treatment. Okay, Casey and some others mentioned doing a spa day, getting a massage, getting a pedicure, getting a manicure. Those are all different things that we can do. It's journaling, stepping aside and just getting some thoughts out of your mind. Maybe there's negative thoughts. Maybe you have some really genius ideas you just need to spit out and get on paper. That's taking your care of yourself by emptying those thoughts that are clouding your mind, right? And getting them out on paper or in a digital journaling space. Okay. Dinner, drinks out. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're writing some of these ideas down. Okay. Dinner, drinks out with friends, family, by yourself, y'all. Going to a coffee shop, going to a restaurant, going to a movie, party of one is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And sometimes it's important for us to do, right? Maybe it's dinner or drinks in, right? Not going to cook tonight. I'm feeling pizza. I'm feeling Chinese food. I'm feeling build your own salad, whatever that looks like. Okay. Maybe you order dinner and drinks in. You have a friend over. Right. I used to have a tradition with a friend, moved away from her since, but every Monday night was mama's night. Like we got together, we watched our favorite TV show and had a glass of wine together. It was one of my favorite routines and traditions that we had together. Find those ways that you can build in self-care into your normal routine. Okay. Maybe it's getting a sweet treat. Maybe it's exercising. Exercising is good for stress relief. It's good for energy release, right? It's good for grounding you and getting your thoughts in line. Exercise. I don't mean you have to go to the gym and deadlift 350 pounds. It could be your epic goal, and I will celebrate you when you do that. Maybe it's just walking around the block. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to go somewhere and do something. Look for ways that you can build your self-care into your normal routine. And sometimes it's just making it super simple. Walk around the block, walk to the stop sign, okay, whatever that looks like. Back to what Marissa said earlier, maybe it's outsourcing. We are in the business as virtual assistants and freelancers. We're in the business of outsourcing. Why do we hold back from outsourcing? Like, could we invest in somebody to help with laundry, with cooking, putting meals together? Maybe you order meal kits that get delivered to your house. Maybe you have groceries delivered. You know, I went to the grocery store the other day. I have, and full transparency, have invested in grocery delivery, and I'm not ashamed. I spend less money. I'm more intentional with what I buy, and it saves me a little bit of time. Okay. But I went to the grocery store the other day because I had to go get something. I'm like, I'm lost. I don't even know where to go in the grocery store. Right. So be in that mode of outsourcing. And what can you outsource to better take care of yourself? Here's one that I thought of. I was actually doing this and practicing this myself just a few minutes ago. I went outside to get some fresh air, walk around a little bit, take the dog out, all of the things. And the thought came to me that there's a way that I, Rachel, can better take care of myself. And this is going to be revolutionary, y'all. So I hope you're paying attention. Okay. I can show self-care to myself by getting ready for the day. Did y'all catch that? It was literally a light bulb moment for me downstairs. And I don't mean like brushing my teeth and brushing my hair, like getting dressed. Well, it could be getting dressed. Like one of the joys that we have of working from home is that we get to wear our jammies, and that's totally fine. But sometimes we need to get ready for the day. We need to invest in ourselves. We need to put a face on, right? Maybe we put a little bit of color on our face, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. That is a way in investing in yourself and taking care of yourself. Rosalie asked a question. I'm going to stop for just a second because I think this is a great question. She says, so self-care is not thinking about work, right? Even if you have tons of things to do in your business, maybe for an hour. Absolutely. One way that you can take care of yourself, Rosalie, is just to check out, like just to take a moment and step away. That can take care of showing yourself self-care. That can relieve some of the pressure of thoughts, anxiety, frustration. Even maybe if you just had a really high moment of work, okay, whew, it was really awesome. I got to get back to work, right? And stepping away can be a great way that you take care of yourself and step away from those responsibilities. It could be client work, but we can even like talk in our personal sense, right? Taking responsibility, stepping away from our responsibilities that we have in our normal life. And I know that sounds revolutionary, but it's so important that we take care of ourselves so that we can show up our best selves. When we are always serving our family and our friends and our spouses and our partners and our community and our church, and the list goes on and on, when we're constantly serving, what's happening to our energy, our emotions? We are depleting ourselves, right? And so we have to be able to fill ourselves back up in whatever way that looks like. We listed several ways, right? Giving us energy, reviving us, protecting ourselves. I loved somebody mentioned earlier, creating those boundaries, right? So that we can have that energy and that space to show up our best selves. Okay, good thoughts. And if you have any others, like drop them in the comments. I love to hear lots of good conversation happening too. Okay, now let's look at it from a different angle, okay? Because most of us here have either started our business or we're investigating starting our business, okay? How can you show up for yourself? Okay, and this is an angle of self-care. How can you show up for yourself inside of your business? Get some thoughts rolling. Okay, what are ways that you can show up for yourself inside of your business? One thing that was already mentioned today that I had on my list was setting boundaries. What are those boundaries that you need to set for yourself inside of your business? Are you only going to be available to your clients certain times, certain days? Are we communicating those boundaries? Okay, what about discovery calls, right? Are you going to set boundaries on when those can take place to protect yourself, to protect your energy? Okay, what are some other ways that you can show up for yourself inside of your business? What are some ways that you can show up for yourself inside of your business? I love what you said, Dawn. Get a tattoo, right? Absolutely. I love that idea. Maybe not necessarily business related, although you could get a tattoo of your logo. Go for it, right? Angelia says, building a team so we are not doing everything ourselves. So good. Oh, I love that. I didn't even write that one down. Building a team so we are not doing everything ourselves. Absolutely. You are investing in yourself. You are showing up for yourself. You are investing in others, right? Taking care of your business so that you're not doing everything yourselves. Jennifer says, plan out your day and plan out your systems. 100%. Let's not be scatterbrained. Let's not be jumping from one thing to the other with no game plan. Let's structure our day. Let's create boundaries during our day. Let's create a plan, right? So that we can be efficient and effective. So that when we're done with the day, we can go sit by the pool. We can go to our favorite store, right? We can order dinner in, or we have time to actually cook a real meal. Oh, that feels so good when you have the time and space to do that sometimes. Anybody with me on that one? Um, oh, I love this. Maria has a project management tool and alarms when it's time to stop working, right? Like setting those boundaries, those reminders in place. I love that. Dawn says, listening to your favorite music while you work. 100%. Absolutely. Make your work environment a fun place to be. Surround it with pictures and your why and your goals and your wins, all of those things, right? Play your favorite music. Oh, Chachi's giving a shout out. What's y'all's favorite playlist for work? Like, what does that look like for you? Again, making your work environment fun for you. You get to make the choice. You're the CEO, you're the business owner. You get to create that environment for yourself. Rosalie, this is really good too. Show up for yourself by having daily affirmations. It's so easy in this online space that we live in to get caught in the comparison trap, to get caught in imposter syndrome, to doubt ourselves, and that negative mindset sneaks in. Like, start off your day with intention. Celebrate who you are. Everybody watching live with me, everybody watching the replay, y'all have gifts, talents, and abilities to share with the world. Affirm yourself in those. You are building an amazing business for yourself to change your life and hopefully to change generations, right? Affirm yourself in what you're doing. Remind yourself of your why. Okay. Question that we're kind of talking through, and I'm reading through answers. What are ways that you can show up for yourself inside of your business? I love what Andrea said. Put your phone on do not disturb, okay, while working to avoid being distracted. How many times have we been there? Text comes through, Voxer comes through, Slack comes through, email comes through, phone rings, all of the things stop us from our focused work. We want to get our work done, right? So that we can live our freedom life and do the things that we want to, and take care of ourselves and whatever that looks like, right? I love that. Live plants. Oh, Dawn, this is a goal of mine. Like, I am not a green thumb. My thumbs have no color, but I have aspirations, and I have some seedlings downstairs that are actually doing really good next to my window. And one of my coworkers, Marissa, I always love seeing inside of her office because she has these beautiful green flourishing plants in her office. It's a great way, right, to make your office a space that you enjoy. And Robert, I agree. These are all great ideas. I hope you all grabbed that pen and paper at the beginning, or you're jotting these things down somewhere. Really, really good. Rad vibes only in my office. Absolutely. Good. Oh, y'all are just bringing ideas. I don't want to stop reading. Alicia says, taking time to read every night makes such a huge difference in self-care for Alicia. I agree. I have actually made a habit. I'm building like a book stack next to my pillow. Not all of it is self-development. Some of it's just books for enjoyment. Great fiction book, right? Allow myself to escape and dream and all of these things. Oh, such good ideas. Okay, did you all not say anything that was on my list? Routine. Okay, do you guys have a routine in place for yourself so that when you show up to your desk, whatever that looks like, to your clients, do you have a routine in place that helps you show up well? Do you check messages in a certain pattern, in a certain way? Do you start with self-affirmations like we were talking about a minute ago? Do you start your day with time of meditation or prayer? Do you make yourself a favorite drink, coffee or tea, or my mom loves hot water with lemon, like whatever that looks like? Do you have routines in which you show up at the very beginning of your day? That's actually self-care, building those routines up so that you show up well. Some of my coworkers like to work out in the morning before they show up to their desk. That's a routine. That's a practice to take care of themselves. So mentally they show up well. in the morning. For me, I like to work out later in the day, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Again, self-care, focused on self, focused on you. Yes, a little bit selfish, and that's okay. You get to make the choice. Nobody else can make the choice for you. They can buy you a gift card if they want to, or treat you in a special way, but you get to decide on how that looks for implementing. Okay, we talked about strong boundaries. You can show up for yourself by going to trainings. Y'all are taking care of yourself by being here right now. Y'all are taking care of yourself by participating in the comments, by taking notes, by engaging in this training. Okay, you're showing up for yourself. Maybe you're a member inside of Savvy System or Savvy Vault or Savvy Circle, our 3 products, right? Maybe the way that you show up for yourself is to attend the live coaching that happens in those communities, or it's taking that new course that just dropped on video production inside of Savvy Vault, right? Like whatever that looks like for you, okay? Showing up for yourself inside of training. What about attending networking events, right? Could be online, could be in person, could be in a community, like a social media community, okay? Showing up for yourself. Yes, there's a little bit of work behind it, but it's still taking care of you. Especially if you're an extrovert and you like building those connections and those relationships, that's life breathing for you. For some of you, that's not your jam, and that's totally cool. That's fine, okay? Again, you get to make the choices for the self-care that rejuvenates you and gives you the energy in the best way possible. Okay? All right, let's keep moving. Taking care of yourself requires intentionality. Okay, now being intentionality, kind of a buzzword these days, right? Like my word for the year is intention. My word for the year is intentionality. Okay, what does that really mean? Like, let's just kind of pare it down real simple. Being purposeful, having a purposeful plan, purposefully planning. Woo! Okay, a lot of words. I got them all out. Okay, it's being specific, making a plan with purpose. So thinking of all the ideas that we've had so far, we've had a lot of self-care, like just in personal ways. We've even talked about self-care in professional ways. Okay, what are ways that you can be purposeful? Plan it out. Do you schedule it? Do you have a regularly scheduled time on your calendar where you step away, where you have thinking or development time? Maybe you do have a day off where it's CEO day, or this day I'm not working. This is the day that I take care of household routines and all of the things, or spend time with my kids intentionally, whatever that looks like. Okay. Do you plan it? I strongly suggest that you do in some form of fashion. I have had on my space on my calendar something I called it's called thinking time. I was just telling my team this morning during our department meeting. My thinking time is scheduled on Mondays. I don't know if I should tell you all the time, because you might start messaging me during my thinking time. No, I don't think you would do that. But I have that blocked on my Google Calendar, right? And I do my very best to protect that thinking time. Now, I can fill that thinking time however I want. Yesterday, I took a book and went to the pool, neighborhood pool, and sat and read. Okay. Maybe it's I listen to a podcast. Maybe I just get up from my desk and I don't think about work. Okay. But that time is intentional, and Google is very friendly and very kind and very helpful, and reminds me, Rachel, your thinking time, right? It lets me know 10 minutes before, lets me know when it starts. Okay. Putting it on your calendar. Maybe you know that there's some really cool event happening in the community and you invite your friend to go with you, right? Self-care, putting it on the calendar. I almost want you to think of self-care like you do brushing your teeth. Like you get up in the morning before you go to bed, like it's just something that you do. Now, I don't want you to take it for granted. I don't want it to become that, like brushing your teeth, but I want it to be so ingrained that it just happens. Like that's part of my week. That's part of my day. That's part of my month. Okay. Whatever that looks like for you, Have it scheduled, have it planned. So good. Write it down, put it on your schedule. Action item for today. Y'all should do that. I'll give you some action items before we end today. Is it a habit for you? Is your exercise routine? Is your taking a walk? Is your listening to your podcast? Like whatever that self-care is your pedicure? Are your pedicures a regular routine? Like, do you do that every 8 weeks? I wish I did that every 8 weeks, right? Like making it a routine, making it something that you do. Every morning, Monday morning, I go treat myself to a coffee after I drop off the kids. It's become part of my routine, but I've noticed on Monday morning when we're getting ready, I look forward to that. Oh, what am I going to get today for my Monday coffee? What is it going to be today, right? Like making it part of your normal routine. Are you with me? You have some ideas? You have some thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Oh, this is good. I like this idea. Drink water. Absolutely. I am not good at this habit and this self-care. Think about the goals for the day, say my morning prayers, do 5-minute meditation, stretch, light exercise, brush my teeth. Absolutely. These are all great tangible ways that you can take care of yourself. All right, Angelina's with me. Who else? Who's tracking with me? Do you have some great ideas for how you can self-care, take care of you? Another important piece of self-care that may be important to you, may not be for everybody, okay, is accountability. Maybe you need to join with a business bestie and talk this through with each other and figure out how you can support each other with taking care of yourself. Maybe it's talking to your spouse or your partner or your best friend, somebody that can keep you accountable to check in with you. Are you taking care of yourself? This is something that I actually do inside of my department here at TVS, as I keep my team accountable for taking care of themselves. Is there a way that you took care of yourself this week? And I challenged them this morning, knowing that I was going to talk about this today, is how can you fit it in to your normal routine? Maybe you've just had a really hard day. Clients were grumpy. You're frustrated about something. Life is just heavy. Right? Take some time, take a bath, take a hot shower, and just wash the day away. You need to do that anyway, right? But be intentional with that and take care of yourself in those moments. Good. Looking at my notes, making sure that I don't forget anything. Okay, so taking care of yourself requires intentionality, purposeful planning. Okay, put it on your calendar. If you need to find anybody to keep you accountable, to check in with you, do that too. Okay, don't make it complicated. Strip it down to the very simplest things that you can do. You may not be able to invest in a meal service or grocery delivery or help cleaning your house or any of those things. You may not be able to make those investments in an Airbnb time away or a spa day. Money may be really tight. Totally get that. What are ways that you can simply take care of yourself in the environment, in the ways that you have available to you right now? Walking, reading, exercising, journaling, meditating, drinking water, eating good food, getting ready for the day. I know those don't all sound like, oh, wow, that sounds so great, right? But think if you didn't do that. Think if you didn't drink water. Think if you didn't take care of yourself day after day. Think if you let the exercise go and you didn't get outside very much, take walks, haven't really read or kind of developed in any way. Like, what's going to happen to yourself? You're going to start depleting who you really are. Like, y'all have bright, shining lights inside of you to share with the world. And I don't want that light to be dimmed. You have to take care of yourself and rejuvenate and replenish yourself. Good. Oh, Jackie says she texts herself to remind her. I'm assuming that that's what it means. Oh, like notes. Oh, I see it. Maria was talking about notes earlier. Let me pull this up so everybody can see it. Whenever I don't have paper, the fastest way I like to jot down ideas is to send notes to myself or send yourself an email. Or like Jackie says, text yourself, right? Like keep yourself connected with your thoughts and ideas. And sometimes, like I said earlier, you need to get those thoughts and ideas out of your head so that you can clear up that space. Good idea. Good thoughts. So often we are so focused on others. For many of us, that's just kind of who we are. Okay? We serve our children first. We make sure that they have everything that they need and more, and that's important. I don't want to diminish that. Okay, it's serving our spouse or our partners well. It's showing up and serving in our community or in our church or whatever variety of ways. But then when it gets to the end of the day, we haven't showed up for ourselves, and we get the last bit in the energy jar, and it's very, very little. What if we switched it? What if you showed up for yourself first? What if you had that time of meditation and prayer right away in the morning and started off with those positive affirmations? You went on a walk, you exercised, you walked and listened to a podcast at the same time, right? What if we started with ourselves and make sure that we show up for ourselves first? So then when it's time to serve others, we show up our best self. We show up our best self. Why is self-care important? Kind of talked a lot about, kind of alluded to some thoughts and ideas, but I want you to tell me in the comments, why is self-care important? And while you're talking about it, I'm going to take a drink of water. Why is self-care so important? And I'm going to add 2 words to that for you. Why is self-care so important for you? I don't want to sit here in silence too long, but I'll sit here in silence if I need to. Why is self-care so important for you? I had some thoughts today and kind of pointed some ideas out, but I want to hear like what's going on in your mind. Jackie says for my sanity. Oh, I love that, Marissa. Because I'm worth it. I wonder if the reason we struggle with taking care of ourselves so often is that we don't recognize that very important truth, that we are worth it, that we do deserve self-care, that we do deserve all of that. Self-care is important because it centers yourself. Absolutely. No one else is going to do it for me. It's up to me. We deserve it. Not to burn out, keep going and enjoy life, right? Like that's why we're here, y'all. We're here to create the freedom life that we've wanted and dreamed of. Think of your why. Why are you here even hanging out with me today? Hey, like we are here to create that freedom life. We are worth it. We are worth it. Maria says, it's important to have a healthy relationship with our own thoughts and our own self, same as we take care of relationships with others. This is good too, Andrea. Self-care is important so that I can take care of others so I don't get grumpy and discouraged. This one's a hard one because, or what you brought up is kind of convicting for me too. Like so many times, I show up for work, clients, friends, and then when it gets to the end of the day, I'm so depleted that I am grumpy. I'm grumpy and I'm tired and I am unmotivated, right? To be there for myself and to be there for my family. It's so important to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of the most important people in our lives. I deserve, Martha says, to take care of me, then I can reach others. Awesome. Okay. Before we do some Q&A today, Maria says sometimes we get too burnt out. Absolutely. And then we have to recoup, right? We have to do extra self-care to get us back up to that level. And then we should make that self-care just a normal part of our routine, normal things that we do. Okay, so I want you to tell me, what is one way that you are going to show yourself self-care this week? It's only Tuesday, okay? We're only on Tuesday. Depending on when your week ends, okay, you may have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days left. How can you show yourself self-care this week? I want you to name it and claim it and tell me in the comments. What is one way that you can show up for yourself and take care of you? Is it a coffee? Is it stepping away? Is it going to your favorite store? Is it taking a nap? Is it exercising? What is the one way that you are going to show up for yourself the rest of the week? And if you're watching the replay, I want you to participate too. Tell me in the comments. Our team circles back and looks at comments. So tell us in the comments, what is one way? Andrea's going to soak in the tub. Catalia is going to go to the gym and move her body. Oh, Marissa's going to go sign up for yoga. I love it. Jackie's going to step away. Angelia is going to move her body every day for 30 minutes. Talia's going to dance it out. Girlfriend, I love it. Have enough sleep. Simple. I said that earlier. Strip it down to the most simple way that you can take care of yourself. And if that means turning off the phone or not binging the next episode and getting enough sleep, that's taking care of yourself. Okay. Casey's yoga for sure. Okay. Keep dropping them in the comments. How are you going to show up for yourself and take care of yourself? Now, if y'all know me, know the coaching calls, here's what I do next. Okay. I give you another action item. You've made that decision. You've made the decision of how you're going to show up for yourself, how you're going to take care of yourself. Now you're going to schedule it out. You're going to put it on your calendar. You're going to put it on a Post-it note and super glue it to the wall, because you know that Post-it sticky isn't strong enough to stay up there. Okay. I want you to schedule it out. If you're going to yoga downtown, when are the classes happening? Put it in your calendar. Okay. If your clients or your teammates need to see it to make sure that that time is blocked off. You are not available for meetings during that time. Okay. If you're going to go get a special coffee, is it on Monday mornings? Put it on your calendar. Put it at 9 o'clock. I'm going to the coffee shop to get my coffee. Okay. Is it you're going to start your day earlier? Block that off on your calendar. So 2 action items. 1, you have decided how you're going to show up for yourself. You're going to take care, self-care. And 2, you're going to schedule it in your calendar. Keep yourself accountable. And bonus number 3, if you need to find an accountability partner to ask you if you actually did the thing, then do that too. Reach out to somebody and ask them to be your accountability partner. Maybe you just keep yourself accountable by posting in our group. If y'all aren't part of our community, let me post this link up here. Here's our community to our virtual assistant Savvies group. It is a huge community of amazing, supportive, veteran and aspiring virtual assistants. Okay. You can jump in and celebrate how you took care of yourself this week or next week or a month from now. We love our Savvies community. If you are not a member inside there yet, you'll definitely want to jump over there, request to join. The team will get you in. We have job ops that are posted in there. We have trainings that pop up in there, lots of really good information, and you get to connect with some amazing entrepreneurs, whether they're virtual assistants or they own their own business and they're looking for support. All kinds of things are happening inside of that community. So make sure that you join that community if you haven't already. All right, guys, I'm here for a few more minutes. If y'all have questions, if you are still hanging out with me, do you have any questions about self-care? Did any hesitations come up for you? Concerns, ideas or thoughts around self-care? I tell my team, do you have any comments, rude remarks? I take them all. Now, if you post rude remarks, my team may kick you out, so you may want to be careful. But let me know. I got some time for Q&A before we end today's chat. Oh, we had a VA. Let me put this up here. I don't know who you are. Just a Facebook user. It's totally cool. But virtual assistant for 6 years and just recently joined the Facebook group. And it's great. We absolutely love our virtual assistant Savvies group over on Facebook. So, so good. All right. I don't see any questions in the comments. This will be available for replay. So if you want to go back, jot some of those amazing ideas down, you totally can do that. Again, choose how you're going to take care of yourself this week and put it on your calendar, schedule it out. And if you need to find accountability, make sure that you do that too. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Take care of you so that you can show up the best version of you. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.